this weekend?
Yeah, we'll be watching that with a bit of interest. We've put ourselves in a position where we might be able to sneak back in, but we've probably coughed up a couple of games that it's not really in our control. So that's a little bit disappointing. We'd love to be in a position where it's in our hands and we could control it a little bit more, but we can't. So we'll watch that Friday night game and see what happens. But at the end of the day, we feel really confident in our footy and our best footy, and if we have to play from 5th or 6th in the finals, that's okay. We're really excited for September footy, and we feel like our best footy and our brand really stands up. So we'd love to finish 4th, but if it's 5th or 6th, that's okay, and we'll get rolling.
Lachie, it's a nice notion to just look after yourself and look after your own business, but how difficult is it to manage that emotional side of things this week when you've got an investment in another match prior to you?
Yeah, well, I've never been in that situation, to be honest. I've never had to rely on a game coming into finals, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but we've made finals, so that's probably the most important thing. I think if we were sitting in that logjam of 7th to 12th, I think it'd be a little bit different, and I'd probably feel a bit more emotional about the games this weekend, but we've secured a spot in the 8, which is 3 years in a row, which is really great for the footy club. They've come a long way, and from 5 years ago when Fags took over, so really proud of the group, but there's work to be done. So I'll watch the game, and hopefully Port can get up. I used to barrack for Port, so first time cheering for them for a while, but it'll be an interesting weekend. There's still a lot of spots up for grabs, and I'm sure the footy world will be watching the whole weekend with interest. It's going to be a great round of footy.
What do you make of West Coast, Lachie?
What was that, sorry?
What are you made of West Coast? They've been inconsistent. What do you make of them? What do you think you're going to have to do to make sure that you end their year and do what you need to do to get your top 4? Yeah,
we haven't played them in such a long time. I think the last time was like round 3, 2020. So it's been a long time since we've come up against West Coast. We haven't done much opposition analysis yet, but that'll crank up probably later today and moving forward through the week. But they're still a very dangerous side. I know they've had an inconsistent probably couple of months, but at their best, they're an exceptional team. A lot of premiership players. I'm sure they'll be hurting after a derby loss, which I know they haven't done for a while, being a former Fremantle player. I think it was 2015 the last time that they lost a derby, so they'll be up and about. Their season's on the line. They've got a lot to play for, but so do we, so it should be a great contest.
Hey Lachie, it's Jono Williams from Channel 10, mate. I just want to know how you're feeling yourself personally in your body. You've had a pretty wretched year with injury, haven't you? And your illness a couple of weeks ago, but heading into the business end, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I've got a couple of little niggles that we'll sort out at the end of the year and get right, but I'm feeling the best that I've felt all season right at this point, which is a great time to be feeling good. I thought my movement on the weekend was the best it's been this year. As you said, I've had a few interruptions, but I can't control them, so I've been working really hard to get my body right off the field, behind the scenes, and I feel in a great spot heading into the last round and into finals. But yeah, it has been a little bit frustrating, but that's footy. I've been very lucky for pretty much 8 or 9 years not to miss much footy at all, so yeah, done my part to get myself right, and hopefully I can contribute to the team in the next few weeks.
Have you had a season like that before? Where you just, it seems like you'll play a few games and you get injured and you're off for a few games.
No, I've never had that in my career, which has been really fortunate. I think I had a couple of ankle injuries in my first year and then my second year, and other than that, I think I missed one game up until this year in basically a 7-year period. So it's been a different challenge for me, but there's guys that are far worse off than me. I just have to look at our own club, and Cam Rayner and Eric Kipwood have done ACLs this year and are out for 12 months. So I'm not feeling sorry for myself at all. It's It's been disappointing with a bit of form and injury this year, but that's footy, and probably didn't help that I didn't have a pre-season either. That's one thing that I've learnt as an AFL player. Pre-seasons are so important. I know for a fact that I've played my best football when I've had a full pre-season, and the last couple of years I've been able to do that, and this year it wasn't meant to be. So I've had to work, as I said, pretty hard to get my body right and get into shape for this part of the year, but I'm looking forward to it now, and hopefully that's all behind me and I can have a great pre-season next year and ready to roll. But still a bit to go in this season.
Lachie, John, I'd like to know, do you play or live in any pain, mate?
Do I play or live in any pain at the moment? Is that what you asked? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm just having some audio issues. Do you play or live in any pain at the moment?
Yeah, but I think it'd be 80% of the AFL that have got some sort of issue. Mine's really quite minor at the moment compared to what I have played through. So yeah, I'm feeling really good about where my body's at the moment. I've played through much worse, so yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
Lachie, it's Sean here from Channel 7. Mate, it seems like the team's recalibrated after losing Hipwood a few weeks ago. It's now, seems like, is that fair to say, the recalibration, you've worked out what you need to do after being a bit dusty a few weeks back, and now it's almost exciting now to look forward to what you've got it right by the looks of it?
Yeah, I think it's probably a fair point. When we lost Hippie, who knows what each individual's mentality was like at that point. He's been such a crucial player for us for a long time, and a much loved figure at our footy club. So when someone like that goes down, a bit like Cam earlier in the year, it does affect the group. We didn't play great footy for a few weeks, but we just got back to basics, and we know that our pressure game stands up when we bring the heat against opposition teams. It's really hard to handle, and we've got some players that are fantastic in that area, led by our captain in Dane Zorka. I think our form sort of correlates with what he's done over the last few weeks, and he's been exceptional. So he's led from the front, and we've just followed on from what he's brought to the table. And then I feel like when we get that part of our game right, everything else flows. Our ball movement seems to click. Everyone's got energy, and we're up and about, and we're moving the ball quite well, and our stoppage work seems to come along when we're on our toes and proactive, and really getting after the opposition. So we know the formula. We've just got to stick to it over the next few weeks.
Yeah, as you say, that formula, you look brilliant on the weekend. Is it like, I see the coach now saying this, you can do damage in the finals no matter where you finish? Is there compared to the last couple of years, do you think this situation, the way it seems like blokes are in the zone, they're all on board the next few weeks, you almost, is it fair to say you're extra confident compared to the last couple of years now? Just what you've just said about, seems like you've found the formula?
I wouldn't say we're extra confident. I think we were quite confident going in last year that our best footy could beat anyone as well. We beat the eventual premiers in a final. So I think we're not extra confident, but we are confident in our ability and our game plan. We know it stands up when we get it right. Last year we didn't get it right against Geelong in that prelim, so we've learned some lessons, and we know that we've got to bring it for 4 quarters in finals footy to win them. They're high pressure, high stake game, and you can't drop off for a quarter or two, otherwise it hurts you.
Thanks, man.
All done.
Lachie, can I ask you a big picture question? Obviously finals are up there last year. Good chance finals could be over here in Perth this season, and our Premier is talking about everyone having to be fully vaccinated to get into the state. You guys have been on the road for most of the year, wouldn't know where you're really living at different times. Have you guys had an opportunity to even get vaccinated?
No, but I'm not really sure of the rules and where we're playing or anything like that at the moment. Sounds very cliche, but that's the world we live in at the moment. We're taking it 1 week at a time with where we're at. We're playing at the Gabba this weekend, and we have no idea where we'll play next week. Or the grand final. I didn't even know that the Premier said that. So we're a long way from Perth over here. We don't get that news.
No, it was more. His quote was he would expect that all players would already have been vaccinated. We were surprised that he would be thinking along those lines. Didn't think it would be possible for a lot of you. So that's the case. You wouldn't have actually had the opportunity, given the way the season's gone, to actually even get vaccinated yet.
I'm not sure about everyone's individual circumstance, but I haven't been vaccinated or really found out the information just yet. I'm waiting for the club and the AFLPA to direct us with that stuff.
And can I ask you one more big picture? David Mundy, as a former teammate, breaks the record for your old club this weekend. You got a David Mundy story we can chuck into the tributes that we're doing?
I don't have too many stories about Dave. He's very straight arrow. He hasn't messed up too many times. He's a great bloke. Loved him as a teammate, and he deserves to break that record. He's been such a champion for that footy club, and I wish him all the best this weekend. He's still playing some great footy, even at, how old is he, 36 at the moment or something, so he's amazing story, and credit to him and his family.